Ambition is one of the most celebrated qualities in our world. It drives progress, builds empires, fuels art, and shapes revolutions. We often praise the ambitious as visionaries, those unwilling to settle for less, those who demand more from themselves and from life. But ambition, when left unchecked, has a shadow side. What begins as the fire to create and achieve can turn into an insatiable hunger that consumes everything in its path. At its core, ambition is the desire to move beyond where you are, to reach higher than your current state. That impulse can be beautiful. It pushes people out of mediocrity, it inspires discipline, and it gives life purpose. But the danger lies in what happens when ambition is no longer guided by meaning, when it becomes an endless chase for validation, power, or status. In this form, ambition mutates into obsession, and obsession often ends in self-destruction. The dark side of ambition reveals itself in subtle ways first. The sleepless nights that no longer feel productive but anxious. The inability to celebrate wins because the next goal looms larger. The quiet erosion of relationships, replaced by transactions and networking. Ambition whispers that enough is never enough, that there is always someone higher, richer, more admired. This comparison eats away at joy, leaving behind a hollow drive where fulfillment should be. History is filled with stories of ambitious figures who gained the world but lost themselves. Leaders who began with noble visions often ended in paranoia, isolation, or tyranny, consumed by the very power they sought. Artists who burned out, chasing perfection. Entrepreneurs who sacrificed health and family at the altar of success. In each case, ambition blinded them to balance, turning what could have been growth into destruction. Psychologically, unchecked ambition often ties itself to ego. The desire to prove oneself, to dominate, to be remembered. This need for recognition can become addictive. The applause becomes a drug, and like any drug, the dosage must keep increasing. The higher you climb, the greater the fall if the applause stops. Ambition, then, can trap a person in a cycle where worth is measured only by achievement, never by being. This isn't to say ambition is inherently bad. The problem is not in striving but in forgetting why we strive. When ambition is fueled by insecurity or fear, it leads to exploitation and emptiness. When it is anchored in purpose, it becomes sustainable, even noble. The difference lies in whether ambition serves the person or the person serves ambition. The dark truth is that ambition has no finish line. It keeps moving the goalpost, pushing you further until you realize you've built a life of endless chase but little meaning. To avoid this fate, ambition must be tempered with reflection. You have to ask, what am I chasing, and why? Will reaching this truly bring me peace, or am I running from something inside myself? The pursuit of greatness is not wrong, but greatness without grounding becomes self-sabotage. The lesson isn't to abandon ambition but to tame it, to remember that life is not just about climbing but about pausing, about depth as much as height. Without that awareness, ambition is not a path to fulfillment but a trap that devours everything in exchange for nothing.